I love Ethereum, I love Cardano, I love Polkadot, I love Solana, I love so many altcoins. But if you want to make money in this crypto market, you need to pay attention to the Bitcoin because it drives the market, at least as of now. And so that's why I make this content called Crypto Weekly, where I provide you with some news around the cryptocurrency space, and I also provide you with some technical analysis around the Bitcoin. Because once you know what the Bitcoin is going to do, then you have an idea of what your altcoins are going to do. So if you think that's interesting, there are 3 things you're going to do for me. Subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell, and then let's dive in. Alright guys, July 24, 2021, and I'm super excited that you're here. And today is very unique. Today is very unique because the Bitcoin is doing something very unique, something we need to pay very close attention to. I remember yesterday I talked about AXS, AXS coin, and if you think you missed out on AXS, based on what the Bitcoin will do today, or in the next 48 hours, there are some coins that can repeat what AXS has done. So you want to pay attention to today, you want to pay attention to the info we have for today. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's go down to the news, let's go down to the charts, let's see what's going on. And shortly I'll be introducing you to Kabura, a way for you to live a better life with the blockchain. Okay, so let's get down to what we have for today, and thank you for coming. Alright, so as usual, we start with CoinDesk, and let's see what CoinDesk has for us. So the first thing we are seeing here is that money reimagined. Okay, regulate stable coins, don't smother them. Of course, a lot of challenge with stable coins, a lot of things around stable coins, because stable coins are basically the way our cryptocurrency funds can interact with the real life funds. Okay, because stable coins are like trying to match the conventional fiat, the real money on the blockchain. So therefore, if the fiat is regulated by the government, then we have a crypto version of that fiat. There's a lot of talk around there should be regulation for that crypto version, because that crypto version can interact directly with the fiat. So basically, this is what this one is saying. I don't want to go too deep because a lot of today is most of the things we have for today are from the charts, not from the news. Then it says market wrap: Bitcoin analysts expect a short squeeze. Okay, meaning those that are shorting Bitcoin, those that are selling Bitcoin, are most likely to get squeezed at some point. Okay, so but you can really check that up. Then Uniswap Lab limits access to some tokens. Again, Uniswap has been doing a lot of updates, a lot of work. If you don't know Uniswap, Uniswap is a decentralized exchange where you can buy tokens, but decentralized in a decentralized way. So there's no central authority like Binance and right. So you've been hearing that Binance has been taken to has been charged for so and so, but you can't hear that Uniswap was because Uniswap is decentralized. There's no single person at the back. It runs solely on the blockchain. Okay, so now they've limited some via some codes, they've limited access to some tokens. Meaning some people are still running it anyway. So there's a real company running the old decentralized exchange in a way with smart contract code. Anyway, but they've limited access to some token because they are working on upgrading them their protocol. Then we talk about the BlockFi news and some other ones. So but I don't really think there is so much interesting news and such. Okay, so let's just go sharply over to Cointelegraph and see what Cointelegraph has for us. Okay, don't mind the lighting here. It's a little dark in here. Then the first thing we can see is that Reddit deploys layer 2 solution aimed at scaling Ethereum based community points. Okay, Reddit, of course you guys know Reddit now, and the beautiful thing is Reddit is advancing fast into the blockchain space. Okay, the one of the things that is making the blockchain strong are developers. Okay, developers are pushing at the forefront of this whole blockchain thing, and so Reddit is a community for developers, and they are using Ethereum to do most of their things. I remember Ethereum is killing. This is mad. There's this thing you see, Bitcoin chain, Ethereum 2, and when you just run some tests of Bitcoin chain on Infura, you are almost blown away. I don't want to say so many technical things, but Ethereum is killing and it's going to be super amazing. So already Reddit is working on Ethereum has a layer 2 called Arbitrum. Okay, so Reddit is trying to use Arbitrum to do some of their work, and it's super amazing. Okay, that's what this news is saying. But the beautiful thing is you can't stop something like Ethereum because programmers just like Git and GitHub, for instance. Programmers are using Git and GitHub, And you imagine something like Ethereum, you can't just stop it because programmers are using it to solve real life problems. So this is the power of very very important blockchains like Ethereum. Then Canadian border towns suspend Bitcoin mining over aesthetics concern. Okay, of course they said Bitcoin miners are using a lot of these crude ways of generating electricity because the electricity consumption is very high. So they have to use all these fossil fuel methods and the rest, and can be affecting the environment and the rest. So Bitcoin is key to feature of Twitter. We've already seen most of these other ones yesterday. So let's go over to bitcoin.com and let's see. Of course, IRS modifies crypto question on tax reform, now focusing on taxable cryptocurrency transaction. So basically, the government and firms are really beginning to see that we can't stop this thing. Okay, developers are doing a lot of things on the blockchain. Developers are writing codes. Developers are solving problems. Developers are digitalizing our world, and they are using this thing to solve problems and providing reasonable solutions. So we can't stop this thing. So how can we accommodate this thing into our system? And of course, as a government, they always want to tax everything. So they are really now working on ways to see how cryptocurrencies can be taxed. And really, I want to say this is going to be very, very possible, especially with things like Ethereum, because Ethereum, Ethereum, Vitalik, and a lot of other people. We know the Ethereum Foundation, okay, Enterprise Ethereum Foundation, and we know a lot of guys there are big short companies. Okay, the government can find all these companies and can find them. I didn't say find them, go to them, begin to discuss, and they might just come to a bridge at some point. Okay, let's see how this thing can work, and so it's going to be very, very possible in the long run. So because the government just has to adjust its position, cryptocurrency and blockchain will not adjust to the government. The government has to adjust its own position and come. But anyway, everybody has to come to a central point of view. But the government is realizing now that this thing can be stopped. So let's just see what we can do and how we can adopt it and how we can bring in some of our own policies to it. Then of course, I think we looked at the Amazon news yesterday. So let's go sharply to crypto news. All right, so we are at crypto news, and basically the headline at crypto news that Elon Musk should listen to Cathy Wood on Bitcoin. Okay, remember Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, and Cathy, they actually met as regards looking at Bitcoin and other things. Okay, and Elon Musk was basically stressing on the fact that Bitcoin has a lot of challenges in the aspect of scalability, in the aspect of being used for decentralized finance and the rest. And Cathy was saying something. Cathy was saying Bitcoin has some code-based rules that is making it unique. Okay, tampering with those code-based use will affect the functionality of the Bitcoin and we make the Bitcoin blockchain vulnerable. We've seen a lot of things like Bitcoin Cash. We've seen a lot of things like Bitcoin Satoshi version, Bitcoin SV. Most of these coins had one and still have a lot of challenges because they forked Bitcoin. They targeted something on Bitcoin, edited some code, tried to make it more scalable. They had a lot of challenges and they are still having challenges. So Cassie is saying, look, for anything layer 2, let's focus on other things other than the Bitcoin itself, maybe Ethereum and the rest. Then for the Bitcoin itself, we just use it as a store of value, which it was basically, from what Nakamoto Satoshi did, must have been the major idea of the Bitcoin itself, a store of value. So basically, this is what they are basically brainstorming, and Crypto News is saying we have to much listen to Cathy Wood on this. So I mean, enough for the news. Let's go down to the technicals. Let's see what the crazy thing Bitcoin is doing. Let's see it, and let's see some other coins that might behave like AXS based on what Bitcoin will do. Thank you. Yeah, all right, guys. So welcome to technicals. Once again, don't mind my lighting. I mean, it's getting dark over here. So, and the first thing we can really see is that again, the charts have not clearly given us any sign that we are going up. That's the first thing I need to state. Okay, it has not given us any sign that we are going up. But basically it's at this resistance point. I've done my own technical analysis, so I'm trying to give you a summary. Okay, not to go too deep. So Bitcoin is currently around the area of resistance. If the Bitcoin can break above this 30 something K, 35K level precisely, then we might be seeing a wide range of it living between 35 and 40k. Okay, but I mean Bitcoin, what I'm trying to say basically is that it can stay between 35 and 40k. It can perhaps get to $40,000. And if Bitcoin is going to get to $40,000, of course this are still not confirmed that we'll be going to the upside, because we still have this big this major resistance here around the $40,000 $41,000 region. So we really want to see Bitcoin go above it, close at least a day above 41,000, then we can say wow, the bias to the upside is now most likely. Okay, so but if the Bitcoin can stay above 35,000, I mean, I'm saying the next 48 hours can stay above 35,000, then there are some coins that can do wonders. All right, so let me just quickly recap what I was saying. The Bitcoin itself is, I mean, doing something kind of very crazy. It rushed down immediately. I mean, we were going down, but it just moved heavily from 29,000 something or thereabout quickly to 34,000. This is very, very interesting. So, but again, the confirmation to the upside is not yet there. But this speedy move is really showing that some guys are really buying. Some guys are picking this thing up. So, if you are one of those that you are still, you don't have any at all, you are still folding your hands and watching, well, of course, if you've been buying like I've been directing you and you're just folding your hands based on the instruction I gave earlier, that means you've already bought some, you have some, and you're just waiting for it to go down, you can buy more. Good. But if you don't have any, you need to pick up some, not with your entire portfolio, but with some little amount. And again, when it gives the confirmation that we are going up, we are going to pick up more. So, but the idea is this is super amazing. The speed with which we moved from 29,000 something to 34 something is super amazing. It shows a huge sign of interest. Okay, and basically the other thing is this. Okay, like I said, if Bitcoin can stay above $41,000 and close a day above it, then the chances that we are going up is very, very high. It's going to flip immediately, and the bias is going to flip more to the upside. Okay, so but on interim, what if Bitcoin doesn't really get to 41,000? If Bitcoin can stay above 35,000 and close the day above 35,000, there are some other coins that most likely will behave like AXS. So without wasting much time, let's take a look at this list of other coins. Okay, so for the Bitcoin itself, it has not shown clear bias to the upside, but I mean, something is happening, momentum has changed. We really want to see it stay a day above 35,000. Okay, and there are some other altcoins that will do well. Then if you can stay a day above 41,000, then most likely the bias is now changing to the upside. Okay, so let's go to these other coins that might do well and let's see what they have for us. Alright, so at this point, this is the first coin project I'll be showing us. I mean, if Bitcoin can stay 48 hours above 35,000, then this coin can give some good gains in a short while. So, but basically, I would like to say AXS. I would like to remind you. I mean, yesterday when we made the video on AXS, AXS was about 30 something dollar. Now AXS is almost 40 something dollar. Actually tested 49 and it's back to around 43. Crazy gain. Okay, so but if the Bitcoin can stay above $35,000 for 48 hours, there are some coins that can give some crazy gain, and one of them is ICP. One of them is ICP, Definitive Internet Computer, and this is very, very crazy. Let's go down. Let me time to zoom into this coin by increasing the time frame. This coin actually was at 2,000 and something dollars, but got moved down heavily. I mean heavily to about 20 something dollar, but now it's trading at $43 currently. If the Bitcoin can stay 48 hours above 35,000, this coin is most likely to give some gain. Even if it's not going to be tremendous, this coin, you can see this coin giving a double its current amount if the Bitcoin can stay above $35,000 for 2 days. So again, what is the strategy for this? Well, we can't say what the Bitcoin is going to do because currently the Bitcoin is at a resistance, a point of resistance, which is 34,000. This is the resistance point everybody has really been watching for. This is the point where if it's going to reverse, it's going to reverse. Okay, so we can't say much about this. But anyways, there's nothing wrong with gambling $10 on this. I use the word gambling because it's not safe. Okay, you should not be putting a good amount of your portfolio on this. You should be focused on investing for long term, and that's why how you gain maximally in this market. So but really looking at this, and if this guy is going to give that return, there's nothing wrong with putting about $10 on this and really watching what's going to happen, because even if the Bitcoin is going to drop, it's not going to drop immediately at this resistance. It can perhaps have some little consolidation and drop. That while when Bitcoin is consolidating, it's enough for some of these coins to pick up. So ICP is one of those things we want to watch out for if the Bitcoin is going to stay above $35,000 for 2 days. Okay, all right, so another coin project that has this crazy potential of doing something if Bitcoin stays above 35k for the next 48 hours is TLM. Okay, every one of them is on Binance because I use Binance. Basically, I try to avoid other exchanges because Binance is in Nigeria and they can handle a lot of things ASAP. So I just stick to Binance, especially. Okay, especially I stick to Binance. So you can see this is TLM. If the Bitcoin stays 2 days above 35,000, this guy can double most likely from his position. It can go as high as 0 0.6, and it's very crazy. TLM was at some point about $5, but now we can see TLM is currently about 0 point something. Okay, and don't mind the singing at the background. It's my neighbor. I'm at home, so don't mind the singing at the background. So basically, this is a TLM can also give us at least 100% gain if Bitcoin stays 2 days above $35,000. And yes, another coin with such great potential is Bake. Okay, Bake is one of those coins with such amazing potential. If Bitcoin stays above 35k for 2 days or a little more, because Bake has not really given much clearer confirmation like the other ones, but Bake is very crazy. Anytime Bake wants to go up, it's gonna go up. And the beautiful thing about most of this coin is something like Bake is an NFT also. Okay, so it's an NFT, and NFTs are really doing crazy now. So anything that makes Bitcoin stay some days above $35, it might not be exactly true for Bake because Bake has not really completed any clear sign, but Bake is very crazy. I know Bake in a day Bake can just give such crazy gains. So this is another super amazing token that can do well. So but Bake has a lesser probability than the other mentioned too, but again in just a day it can complete its formation because it has not really given any clear shine yet. So but this is one of those coins. Another one is Burger. Burger also has a similar structure with Bake, and these two coins can do crazily well. Then another one is Smooth Love Portion. Smooth Love Portion SLP has actually done amazing. I made some gains on SLP. I think let's go to the chart. Let's see how SLP looks like. So Burger, I mentioned Burger earlier. Burger looks just like Bake, and it's one of those coins that can really do well if Bitcoin stays some days above 35k. Alright, so this is the chart for SLP, and SLP basically looks as if it's not so clear, but we can see at the ending part it seems to be converging. That means a big move is basically coming also. So if the Bitcoin stays above 35k for some good number of days, 2 days at least, SLP is going to shoot up because it seems to be forming this massive cup and handle pattern, and it's going to break to the upside. And the NFTs are doing crazily well. SLP is also one of those gaming things built on Ethereum. So it's a Smooth Love Portion, so it's crazy, and this guy can shoot up like massively. At some point, this guy can even get to $1. ASAP. So the lot of other coins, the lot of so many I've spotted. I don't want to make this video too long. So what I'll do is we'll just wait. Let's see how tomorrow plays out. Then I will try to pay a document and find a way to get it across to everyone. Okay, to see a list of some of these coins that might do so crazily well if Bitcoin stays above 35k for the next 48 hours. Okay, but again, some of them might do well, some might not do well, but from technicals they just are in a good position to do well. Okay, so what will be the strategy in handling some of these things? It might be to buy $10 of them, because even if the Bitcoin, even if all of them don't do well, they will definitely not crash if the Bitcoin stays above 35k. If the Bitcoin goes below 35k, then it can be crazy for some of them. So we also need to pay attention. They will need to find a way to send an alert to anyone who is trying to get into some of this. So but you have to be very, very careful. So what are the chances that Bitcoin stays above 35k? We just need to wait for the next 12 hours to see, because Bitcoin has gotten to its resistance, which is 34k something, which is the resistance. So if Bitcoin breaks above this resistance, it means most of these coins will gain crazy momentum. So for me, I will really look at things like Bake and Burger that are already down. Okay, I'll look at some of them and really try to get a few pieces of them. I'm ready to lose this money I will use to get them, okay, because this can be risk. So some of you can just wait for the next 12 hours and let's see what Bitcoin does, and based on that then we can know finally what to do. Okay guys, so I don't want to make this video too long. It's also getting so dark over here. I don't want at some point my face will just go out of the whole video thing, because I'm dark and it's getting dark. So without wasting much time, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much. God bless you. Alright guys, so that's it on Daily Crypto with Paul for today. And before I leave, I said I was going to introduce you to Kabura. So Kabura basically it's a project where you can feel safer with the blockchain. Okay, the problem with investing on blockchain for now, I'm not talking of the programming aspect, I'm not talking of the software development aspect, I'm saying the investment aspect, is that some of these tokens are volatile. Okay, you can buy Bitcoin and it can be very volatile. That means if you're a newcomer, because if you've been there for a while, I don't think you'll feel the volatility as such. I mean, so but if you're most likely new, you can really feel the volatility. And so what basically happens at some point, you need this cash to do something with your life, and you need to spend this cash, but this value of this token has crashed, so you go and sell the token at a loss and you hate the blockchain. I hate blockchain, I hate Bitcoin, I'm going to lose my money. So what Kabura basically is doing is this: if you think some of your tokens are at losses, instead of selling them, you can provide them as collateral and you can use it to lend normal cash. Kabura holds those tokens, you return the cash, then you get your tokens back. Okay, then you can lend also, then you can be the one providing funds for other people. You can save, you can lend to people, you can borrow, you can do a lot of other amazing things on Kabura. Okay, so I'm just giving you an insight and I'm giving you an overview of what Kabura is. I'll be talking more about this subsequently, much later. Okay, so it's still in the beta stage, and so basically that's it. Let me not bore you with too many things for today. Thank you and see you tomorrow. Remember, don't get wrecked. Bye bye.